I'm in Chicago this week, recovering from a surgery. We'll give you all those details at a later point. But this week, we are building a shed. Now, we get a bad rap for not completing projects, so I tried to put this together as a total project. Now, that takes time, and so you'll see time lapses going on. It's a long one, and I don't actually recommend that you watch this to learn how to build a shed, because this would be how to build an unsquare shed. Spend some time with us. Enjoy hanging out. We like that you're there. We film all this just for you. Hope you enjoy building a shed with us. It's finally here. We bought the giant thing from Makita. You'll see it in action soon, but we're excited to finally get the package has arrived. We are going to try and build a shed to get rid of this goofy temporary thing in our front yard. This shed will house all the stuff that's in there. It was supposed to go in the shop many years ago. And when it's done housing that stuff, when the shop gets built, 2035, 2038, then it will double as a little red shed, a place to park the little tractor and all of its implements. So the plan is to tuck it up underneath the eave of this, so when the snow comes off the roof of the house, it lands on the roof of the shed and then on down. We had initially planned to have it the same pitch, but by the time we got 8 feet out, the wall on this side was only 3 foot tall, and I would be banging my head. Rebecca would be banging her head, not like in a heavy metal way. We had to change that to a 212 pitch, and maybe I'll have to rake the snow off. I don't know. We'll see what happens come snow season. We have a power line, underground power line. If you remember, the pole went wonky and they came out and they dug that up and fixed it, and they painted where it's at, so it's coming right through here. And if they ever had to dig that up again, I don't want my shed on top of it, so I'm going to back off of that about a foot or so, drop it off this eave, go back in a few inches and start our first corner. That's where the corner of the shed would be, and then the spot for the actual support post will be measured off of that. Just gonna let that, pull that leaf out of the way so it finds center. There you go. All right, now we're just gonna go about an inch to the left of that. So that, with a little bit of eave on the shed, we'll tuck up underneath here. That dictates the height. Of course, then our floor, if I raise the floor too much, I lose shop space, so it's been a puzzle to solve. Rollover protection on Little Red is about 6 foot, so it's got to be at least 6 foot. Little Red's 4 foot wide. It's an 8 foot shed. Doing all that math. The flooring, you're trying to build a strong support for the floor, but strong support means distance, and I just was losing space. So it's been a puzzle I've been solving on the computer, and I'm sure once I get out here with the saw, the computer won't matter anymore. Pull it. Okay. Mosquitoes just drive me crazy. If you went with Gary and I several episodes ago and we picked up some large helical screws, that was for the shop. And then I realized the deck needed them. And then I found these available, and I thought, well, those will work for the deck, and I could use the large ones for the shop. And then I found out that maybe these wouldn't be good for a deck that's really high off the ground. And so I have 15 of these that are for chicken coops or wood sheds or little red sheds. This is a helical screw. Screws into the ground. The concept is that this is going to screw down into the ground below frost heave, below the frost line, so that frost heaving is when the ground freezes and it squeezes this pipe like an otter pop, and it pushes the popsicle out the top of the package. That's what happens when the ground freezes on a pipe or sonotubes, concrete piers, and it pushes them right up out of the ground. Might push it a ½ inch or an inch, might push it just a little bit every year, but then there's a pocket underneath it that fills with water and it freezes, and all of those things come together to push your pipes and your piers out of the ground. By using this, it'll screw in below frost line. When the ground freezes and it's got this anchor at the bottom that keeps it from pushing out. So that's why this is important. Now, I purchased the wrong ones. You know, you live and you learn, and I learned, and maybe I'll save you the headache. They make these that have a saddle that screws into the top of this. It allows you to take the saddle off, put an attachment on, and drive this into the ground. When you get it to the layer you want, you set your saddle on and you can adjust the saddle to the level you want. I bought the wrong ones. They're only $5 difference. I should have bought the other ones. But what I have right now is these. So I had to make an adapter to go in here, right here. So that's gonna sit in the saddle right there, boop. And it's got now a nut on top of it that I welded on to the top, and then I painted it so it looked nice. And then I've got a 1.5 inch socket that'll go on there. I did a lot of research. You can put those in the ground with a 2x4 is what they say. I don't understand how you could keep it straight while walking around it. Plus, when you're up against the house, you can't move your 2x4 up against the house or under the deck. So the other method is to use a 1-inch impact gun. You cannot rent one of these on the peninsula. They do make them that run off of large air compressors, which run on 220, and I don't have 220. So I got the battery one. So the thought is, if this is solving a problem that I have, perhaps it solves problems other people might have, and maybe this becomes a little mini business. But this was not cheap or light, and we're gonna try and screw some screws in the ground. This is really the culmination of lots of planning, and it's coming together right here today. All right, here we go. I got it on mode 1. Mode 1, easy hammer mode. Let's see what happens. Oh, got to put it in gear. All right, it's in gear. Too many safety features. Oh, come here now. All right, let's see what happens. That's what I thought would happen. Well, it's what I thought might happen because this isn't captured in this in any way. So I thought I might have to notch that so it set down into the part so it didn't do what it just did. Yeah. So the other thing is that this long snout here is only available in the US. They make one with a shorter snout that's not available in the US. But the parts are available. So I could disassemble this $1,500 drill and swap the part out, but then they assured me that it will void my warranty. So I'm trying it with a long snout. You can see how shorter snout would be beneficial for short people. Let's see now. Yeah, see how it just walks itself right out of there without a retention. Yeah.
Got all the cool gadgets.
Oh yeah, this is so then you pull the handle and all the metal flakes fall in the trash can. Then it doesn't get in the dog's feet and doesn't get in your wife's toes. Fits pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we should. There it goes into the ground.
There it goes. You're not level. There we go. Okay. Go.
Good?
Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty darn cool. Because there's no way that would have taken you an hour to get that in with a 2x4.
Yeah, I don't know how you would do it.
No, I don't know either. That's pretty sturdy. I mean, it'll hold my big fat
hold 100 pounds, huh?
Yeah.
So I want.
Woo!
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while.
Okay.
Well, that was, yeah, you see all the prep, and then you just kind of put it in the ground.
Yeah.
Check it.
Okay.
Oh,
Whoa.
look at see my tool?
Yeah. It just broke.
Yeah, I see that. Rev 1 did not work. It broke. I mean, it worked, but it broke. And so this is Rev 2. And I think Rev 2 is going to look something like that. Rev 2. See that? A little beefier maybe than the other one. Oh, come here. Come here. Ooh. Forgot my earmuffs. It looks pretty good that way. Oh, oh, oh. I can get just... Yeah, sir. It just isn't going anymore. So that's as far as it goes. It's maybe I hit a rock or a gas line, or but that's as far down as it wants to go. This was an idea, and I'm like, how come no one else is doing this? And maybe this is why no one else is doing it. Let's see what I got from this to the eave, and then do the math and see how tall my wall will be. If that's the highest, if that's the lowest the high one will go, we're in trouble. Need to think about this for a bit. Well, I'm going to pull this out and move it 6 inches and put it in again and see if we find the same problem. As it went down in the ground, the paint's still good. I got a feeling if that's roots that I hit, I'm going to hit them again. I think it's hitting roots or rocks, because I can feel it like get through a spot and then it gets into more. Yeah, I think basically the one I need lowest is that one up there, and it's hitting a root, and so I need it to be shorter. There's the 8 inches that it was too long.
And no Rebeccas were harmed in the making of this film. We have a friend who calls her husband I think the 80% man or 90% man, can't remember, because he always gets his projects like 80 or 90% done, and then it sits for a while. So I always kind of joke around that Brian's not the 90% man. But as we look around at all the projects, they're not complete. I think maybe he might be matching our friends who's got like 80 or 90% of his projects done. But it's because you can't just go find parts. What does Shannon call Jason, the 80% man?
80% man.
Okay. Are you trying to match him or what?
Whoa, 80% what?
Of completion on products.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, not my intention. You just get to working on a product and project, and then you got to wait for parts. And then your guts fall out, you know, just things happen. Not beautiful, but not terrible.
Getting better.
Yeah. Just about got you in the head with that.
Did you?
Yeah.
That'd be bad.
That would have been really bad. Let me check. No, brains are still. Hello. See? That's about where. Should I keep going?
Yeah, that's probably good.
We'll go back.
Right
One
there.
ooga dooga.
Ooga dooga.
Pretty close, huh?
Yeah.
Could go down
Could
just
go
a little
down
bit.
Just a little bit. Beautiful.
Close enough, huh?
Yeah, that's good.
Can you put that at the 1 3/4 in from the string mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on the other side. Yeah, it sure doesn't look like it's level, but it is.
Yeah.
You got to pull the string out of the way. Currently digging through the Home Depot forest with the crooked trees. I think it's got a bow.
You're leaving all the bad grapes?
All the bad what?
Bad grapes for the next guy?
Well, he's welcome to dig through. If I could put these on the bottom, I would. Need 10 of them. Not room for 2 people to bump around.
Okay.
I don't know if it needs to be that stout, but if we go putting the little tractor in here,
I think you're ahead of the game doing that, bro.
it might need to be a little, yeah.
Is you approved?
Why is there 3 lines there?
Because we're going to put 2 boards there. That's where two pieces of plywood will meet. Instead of giving me 3/4 of an inch on each sheet of plywood to nail,
Oh.
if I double up the board, I'll get. When I was doing the roof, I found these little Makita magnets that slip over the end of your tool bit, so it holds the screw. See? So I can line it up, and it holds the screw, and I'm not using two hands to hold the screw. And so I have a nail gun, but you got to shoot the nail through the little hole. And the concern that we've got is when we put these 2x6s in as the floor joists, then I got to put these in. And how do you get your nail gun in when there's another joist? The nail gun would not fit. So we decided to go to screws for the side. And if we're going to do screws on the side, we're just going to do screws on the top. It's like a teeter-totter, kind of.
Yeah.
About 2 inches out when you do that.
Drive the center one down a couple turns.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just lift this off and over. I'll go get my
Which
tool.
way? It's the one that's the little...
Okay. That's all sitting pretty good.
Yeah.
247 3/4. So it needs to go that way 1/2 inch.
We
All
have
right,
a
let me put this thing
foundation, sort of.
So you hold that right there. Good thinking, dear.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think 8 feet's the number. I think if you get any further out, I'm just looking at it and it just seems like it's pushing it. Yep. Measure. Yeah. So these, if these just cantilevered over 2 feet from this edge, then it'd be the same, right? So we can come this way, right there. That's 2 feet.
Are you nailing or drilling these?
Well, I thought I was going to nail initially. Now I feel like we should screw. If I have to
You have to move
change it,
change it.
cut it out, it gets wet,
Yeah.
soggy or something, I have to cut it out, I could unscrew it. As long as that first one doesn't move, we kind of got it pretty close.
That'll be all right. Okay.
We're going
Okay, come over. Yeah.
to lay it down here.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
Got your hearing protection on, Bob?
Hang on. Whoa.
All right.
Beautiful. All right, Lloyd.
Back in my day,
You're good, Lloyd. Back in your day?
it wasn't. That thing's got to be soft.
Yeah.
That'll hold it. Sit flat.
It's not gonna matter.
Oh, bad shot.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay.
There you go. Oh, bad shot. You got to angle it straight in.
Oh.
There you go.
I did it. We
Not
call
like a
it
carpenter.
analysis paralysis.
No. What did the essential craftsman call it? Allowable tolerances.
Yes,
Digital thinking.
No.
that's an allowable tolerance.
Just,
Okay, cool.
watch your fingers when you put that down.
He is something else, isn't he?
Yeah.
Something else. They met Bob when we made a fishing rod.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
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 Did you see the fishing rod episode?
Yeah, I think so, but I'm known up here in Alaska now.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I don't know if I introduced Lloyd though.
I don't think you did.
Oh, he doesn't need any introduction.
Lloyd is
No
the
introduction necessary.
Worldwide.
older brother of Bob. This is the guy that whooped up on Bob when Bob was a young wee lass.
Till I
Whipped
was
him into
12.
shape till the
Till I
time
was-
he took the hammer after me.
Yeah.
Him up anymore.
That was it.
I locked my bedroom door.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. All right. We're going to grab some dinner, making enchiladas tonight. And Ben is coming over for dinner. So
Yeah.
we're going to try and get out fishing with him soon.
How far in do you want it down?
You're being too precise, Brian.
Little square.
We have one pair of safety glasses. That means only one
One
person
pair?
can work
That
on the
means
project.
there's only-
There can
Like
be
all-
only one.
There can be only one.
There can be only
Okay,
one.
girl.
That's right.
I'm ready. What if the other
Yeah.
side ain't?
Another one. I've been dealing with that this whole project. Here we go.
Perfect. Hit it. Hit it. Okay.
This guy down here on the end. Now don't tell Roger Cigar I was eyeballing it.
He builds cabinets. he ain't a framer. Okay. Ready?
Phew, that was easy. There.
One now. Huh?
I need 6 foot clearance to get the tractor in, and Bob is 6'1". So we're gonna use Bob's. Now how's
Wait.
your spinal compression going, Bob? All right, we're gonna use the Bob gauge again.
You like me where I'm at?
Yeah. Not much of a pitch there, is it?
Nope. You're straight up and down there, pretty close.
Yep.
What was that on? Math is hard. Is that a meme?
it's my motto. It's
Wow.
everything for me.
Unless you're dealing to.
So again, the lumber I needed was not available locally. We had to order it. And that means they went to Anchorage to get it. Or Anchorage sent it. And so there's some guys in the lumber yard in Anchorage that are picking out lumber and deciding, let's send the crappy stuff to the guys over there who won't be able to bring it back. You see the... So that is life in Alaska. I can just imagine it's even worse in the bush. You got her? Fine.
Then it ain't gonna hurt to run the board.
what you're marking.
I know you're not. All right. Do we have to move it in or out?
Whew.
Okay.
Yeah, this is good.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me, just a minute.
Nope. Nope.
You know what clickbait is, Bob?
See what it is like having a co-ed worker on the job, on the crew? Brian locked up.
You know what clickbait is?
Sexual harassment on the job. Ay.
I don't know, Bob. All the blood rushed right out of my.
How's your floater doing?
What floater? No more math. I think we're good.
Be the person that holds the bracket.
Did I hear you say that is close enough?
Yeah.
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 I love it.
Edge to get that mark. Pull it forward towards more.
Which way is
In,
forward?
that way.
Square building, not square to the house.
But you ain't gonna change it. And I mean,
And it'll yeah.
mix it together, but
The plywood
Let's
is the
watch
biggest
that
thing,
thing.
the sheeting.
Right.
And this is why I'm talking about with a pole barn, you got these posts
Yeah.
that hold it this way, but there's nothing holding
Nothing
it
to
that
hold
way.
the shear,
So
yeah.
that guy that kind of framed in between them,
Yeah.
it gives it a lot of...
Yeah.
Well, that is going to be it for framing tonight. We'll get back at it again in a day or two.
Well, we got home from the church and the men decided to sit down and they put on a movie and they all fell asleep. And I'm headed out of town tomorrow for work. So I thought I will do what I can to help move this project along. And what I can do is I can put up brackets because that doesn't take muscle. It only takes a screw gun. So that's what I'm gonna do while they're finishing their afternoon siesta. And we'll see how much I get done before they realize I'm gone. Well, it turns out that I got it all done and nobody showed up. So I think the guys are still sleeping. Didn't actually take me that long. It went pretty well. And hopefully that will make his project easier because all the brackets are in place. So I am off to Boise tomorrow for work and I'm gonna leave the men to do the rest of this job.
Back on the shed. Rebecca's still in Boise. She'll be back soon. I've got a problem with the shed. I don't know if I explained it before, but somehow in my accurate calculations, the spacing between this part of the floor and the house is different than the spacing of that part of the floor and the house by 4 inches. So when I tucked my rafters up underneath the eave, they didn't match because, and if you look down the roof line here, you can see there's a 4-inch gap at the roof line. No one will ever see it on the inside. I don't know what happened. I think I may have moved this front corner helical screw when I was putting it in. I think I hit something, so I moved it over and I thought, well, it won't matter if it goes at an angle, but then I didn't put those floor joists to compensate. I think that's what happened. So the only way to really square this up is to make the roof not square. And so I'm going to put the rafters on. I'm going to line them all up on this side. I'm going to come down here and measure them all the same on this end. And then when I put the sheeting on the roof, there's going to have to be a piece that's triangle shaped to compensate for that 4 inches. Then when I put the roofing material on, each one's going to have to be about a 1/4 inch longer on one side than the other. You know, that bend will be at an angle. So I don't know how I screwed it up. It probably doesn't matter, but I need to fix it so it looks nice. And that's the plan. And Tim just rolled up. Except we put the wrong one. We should have used this one.
That was practice. That was a
Practice
dry run.
one.
That
Let
was
me
a
go
dry
get
run.
this. Let me get this indoor. Show you my hornet's nest.
No.
And you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go out and spray it. It is 3:30 in the morning. And I am up because we have a hornet's nest on the side of the house. I can't think of any good reason to keep a hornet's nest on the side of the house. So I've waited till it's dark and cold outside. Hopefully they're all in there. Hopefully they all stay in there. I got a loose hoodie. I got a face mask here. You want to make sure you do this so you can still see. All right, there we go. All right. I'll put that like that. And I got this here. Net. I never sprayed a hornet's nest before, so maybe it's overkill. I don't know. But it's what I'm doing. Like I said, I've never done a hornet's nest before. I just don't want to find out I didn't cover up enough. If you got guidance for the next hornet's nest, then let me know. I'm going to put a light on it, and I'm going to put a headlamp on it, but not from me. We'll see how this goes. Come along. There were half dozen clustered around the outside. And when I started spraying, they disappeared. But I don't know where they went. That stuff killed wasps. But hornets, man, they're big. That's 95. So it's 95 and 11/16 across the bottom, and it's 95 across the top. So I think this wall over here is, and it needs to go boop, boop. Yep. This wall here is plumb. It's level, and this one appears sort of level, but the distance across is not the same at 5 foot up as it is at the bottom. So this wall right here is coming in. And if I look down it, you get to see the quality of lumber when they pick it out for you. It's a little bit crazy there. So we're gonna force, this board is already tied at that end. It's not tied here. So I need to push this board that way, get the wall to go out. 3/8 of an inch. This line right here. There we go. We'll put some screws in it.
I got 2 screws right here.
Yeah, give her some cranking. Getting cranker too on that. Keep going.
Just cracking the wood.
Huh?
Got a little crack in the wood.
Oh, that's all right. There. Okay. Oh, there we go. Right there. Yeah, it shifted. It did. Well, that's it for shed building today. We'll get back to it when the rain stops. We're getting ready to put the roof sheeting down, but as I've looked at it, this corner right here has dropped. That can only mean that the brackets I screwed into the ground has dropped. So I've taken the lag bolt out of the bottom here. I'm just going to jack this corner up till it's level and shim it. I don't know if you guys can see this level bubble here. Let's see what happens. There it is. So now it's level. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, look at, we got about 1.5 inches here. I'll have to slide it in from this side because my jack's in the way on that side. All right, it doesn't quite fit. I'm just going to give a little herk-a-dirk on the jack here. All right, so now we slide that in. That gives me enough meat on either side of it to screw a attachment block into. So here's a little tip. See that tape measure, how it's bent in like that? I don't think that's correct. See how it's bent? So these tapes are designed to slide. See how it wiggles a little bit? That way if you're pushing up against something and measuring, it takes into account the thickness of this fence here. And then if you're measuring this way, see how it takes that into account. But when it's bent, that ain't no good. This means it probably got dropped or hammered or stuck in the... So the way you check that is you go like this. You measure something. You hold 1 inch right there on the edge of it. You go, that's 6.5. Then you measure this here, and it's not 6.5. It's off by about almost the 16th. So this is bent in. This needs to come out. That's getting closer. That's really close now, so we can check it again here. 6.5. Yeah, we're really close now. Bubbles in the middle. Yay. Woohoo! Even a blind squirrel. Not really, because that's really not correct. Right, that post dropped 1.5 inches into the ground. And that's the first time I've used the post. Just trying to understand them. They sell an adapter that extends that so you can drive it deeper into the ground and get a tighter torque. But I'm a cheapskate. I didn't buy any adapters. I figured, it should be good enough. It wasn't. I don't know how you tell if it's good enough or not until you put the shed on it. But the best thing to do would be to buy the ones with the screw that you can adjust it. When it got rain on it, all the water ran over to this corner. So, does it matter? I don't know, but it sort of matters. All right. Camera's on your other side. There you go. I thought your chest would be a lot stronger than that.
My chest? You're funny. Well, you might notice something missing from our work site today. Izzy is not feeling well. We're not sure what's going on. She's a little under the weather and not moving around very well. She's got a little bit of instability going on and some maybe weakness in her back legs.
Izzy Dog's not doing well.
Not doing well.
Keep her in your prayers if that's your thing. I hope it is.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not the best day. It's a little gloomy, a little cold, a little windy, but it's not raining. So gotta take advantage of a little break in the weather while you can. We've only got a couple weeks left of fall before the bad weather really hits us, and Brian is going to end up having to have another surgery, so we need to get the shed at least dried in and ready to go. And so we're going to take every opportunity we can to get work done while there's no rain falling from the sky.
Yeah, we keep waiting for it to stop raining, and it's not stopped raining.
It's just not going to stop, yeah.
On that board I just nailed it there. Okay. There. Oh, there you go. All right. That's coming.
Yeah, I can see it going.
That's pretty darn close. This square plywood was not squaring up with the edge of our wood, so we had to pull the whole shed square. That's the whole purpose of the sheeting, is to square everything up. If you just nail it on and it's not square, you're not doing anybody any favors. So that's the new nails.
Yeah.
Here to the top of this one.
That's good.
This has to go way that way. So see here, there's a groove here. The other side's got a tongue that pokes into it. Once you get that tongue into the groove, it's hard to move it that way. So I gotta see what I can do here. The first thing I see is that it does not appear that this groove has been pulled in as tight as it should be. That's definitely better. Except it pulled the other one apart, so I'm gonna have to do the same on that down there.
I've never built anything like this before. Brian used to do finish carpentry, so this whole rough in and framing thing is new probably to both of us. But having said that, the way to fix this, Brian says, is he's going to run a chalk line along this edge right here and make this straight edge, and then these boards here are going to be cut to go along this edge. We're going to install those, and then he's going to cut off the remainder off the edge there.
Some of the dilemma I was dealing with here, see this? And then see how much it hangs over here?
Yeah.
Because they didn't cut them square.
Right, because when they come off the machine is...
If they'd have just set the machine to do it properly,
yeah.
But every one of them is off by 1/8 of an inch.
And nobody knows that but us.
I know that.
Okay.
That right there. Right there. Put it right up against the end of that guy. You good?
Yep. I wondered where all those little plastic clips went from the nail gun.
Yeah.
They just
Things
fall.
disappear. They go in your mouth sometimes.
They fall wherever they fall. You want me to pull it this way?
Yeah. Start to see. Got some sun out today. Got a lot of things to do before heading to Chicago. We are incredibly sad. Our home is sad. And to you, it might seem like it's been a week or so, but it's not been a week. It's just been a day or two. I'm surprised at the amount of emotion that's wrapped up in losing a dog. I'm genuinely surprised. Rebecca's vacuuming the house today. Probably the last time she'll pull a ball of dog fur out of the vacuum that big. All of the crazy things that this dog has done, all of her quirks that just drove us crazy over the years, and we just absolutely miss them now. Just hosing out the bucket, you know, turning on the garden hose, and the dog doesn't run over to jump around and try to get sprayed with the hose. Step out of the shower and the dog's not rushing in to lick up the water on the floor of the shower. We leave the house and it's always, you stay and be a good dog. We don't have to do that anymore. So we're struggling, not trying to pass it on to you guys, just sharing what we're feeling. It doesn't mean that I'm not running out of days to work on the shed and get things done, and we're going to be gone for a while, and you got to keep going. So I want to put the rest of the sheeting on the inside, so I needed to get this done before I put stuff in it. Okay, so here's something I'm learning. I've never noticed before. But the little plastic molding that holds the nails together in the strip, when you shoot that nail, that plastic molding chips off and flies, and it's hit me in the face. So I understand now why they say wear eye protection. It's not for the nail, it's for the piece of plastic shooting out. If you've not picked it up along the way following our channel, we moved from Boise, Idaho to here, and we lost about $250,000. And the plan was to build a shop, buy a boat, side by side, and snow machine, and have, $250,000 to do those things with. Remodel the kitchen, rebuild the decks, put a roof on the house. We got here with a lot less money in our pocket than we intended, and we're still trying to play catch up. So this temporary storage was supposed to be till I got the shop built. And as the housing price went down and the interest rates went up, the shop became a future project, and this became a more temporary structure. So I finally got a shed built. Try and get this stuff out of the temporary thing in my front yard that looks totally hillbilly and drives me nuts. And hopefully get a shop built soon. I used to have a shop, a nice shop, and I had projects that were mid-completed, and here we are. That might not seem like a big deal to you guys, but to me, this thing has driven me nuts for 3 years. It's finally getting out of my yard. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go just along the top here. Well, the shed is done as far as it's gonna get done before I go to Chicago. So if it's snowing when I get back, that's how it's gonna be all winter. Actually, that's probably how it's gonna be all winter, because I don't picture myself coming out and working on this while I'm recovering. I will take the ladders down, and this is done for now. I even got the Alaska siding on. All right, thank you so much. We will, I don't know, maybe we'll return to this in the spring when we put metal siding on. But beyond that, I think that finishes up the shed project. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was a long one.